What's up? We're live for the 960 arena. For the 960 arena on Lichess. So we're going to play some 960 chess. I don't think I've really done that on stream much. I don't think I've really done that much at all. But, oh, let's unmute that. Let's see how this works. So welcome into 960 chess for this little experiment. Okay, let me get a little look at the position here. They're immediately attacking this pawn. Alright, we're going to try to berserk even in our first one. Is this guy... Okay, 1877 at regular chess. So let's berserk, and let's not hang this. Alright, 960 chess. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun stream. Alright. F3 feels like not a super useful move. I understand it was maybe against what I was trying to do with my queen. Let me slow down my mouse settings. Mouse going crazy right now. Okay. C4, opening up your bishop as well. Okay, let me open up my queen. It feels useful. I'm probably castling that way. Seems to be a lot in the way in this direction. But B6, okay, maybe it didn't do much. Because that was jammed in anyway. What I want is maybe... What am I doing with you? Let's play knight G6, though. This seems good. This seems like some squares we got. Bishop E5. Well, no. But, okay, I can attack here. And I'm already ready to castle. Okay, bishop B2. Do I want knight F4 right now? Maybe I even want this move. Okay, let's castle. Shall we? There we go. Alright, maybe I just castled into a storm. If I need to, I'll play E5 and D6 to jam this in. Feels like not the most fun option, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. E5. Let's jam this. You know, it's not fun for my pieces either. Oh, I did want knight H5, though. Knight H4. Attacking G2. This is hanging for a sec. Gotta guard that. Alright, starting to look like a regular position a little bit. Let's get our queen moving a little. Okay, we'll make that trade. They wanted to open up that. But now, I was going to play F5 even if C takes, honestly. Okay, now we've got something. We've played against this. Do they want F4 to try to get cooking here? F4, I want to involve you, so maybe I'd play rook DE8. Maybe I'd play rook DE8 there. Playing the E2. Can we, like, start swinging our pieces into action? Maybe F4 myself makes some sense for this bishop. Yeah, okay, I'll play F4 myself. It also jammed that guy in. Maybe it reduced my options a little bit, but now Queen G6, we can put some pressure. So let me mute my phone. G3, no. I was going to actually play Bishop H3, because pawn takes, I had Queen G6 check and Queen G2. So I think I had a lot going on that direction. But G3, I think, is accelerating their demise. Of course, I'm happy to open this up, as long as I do this right. Don't walk into any pins that are too nasty. But the knight is solidly defended. I think we've done a great job with this structure, just shutting out their most powerful forces. Queen H5, I guess there was rook H1 there. Had to be a little careful. Knight E1 check. Okay, now Queen H5 should be very strong. Without rook H1 as a resource, so I'm threatening Queen H2. If you take this, then let's say bishop takes. And I think we're through. Yeah, I mean, they never got those forces out. Yeah, I never got this guy out, but it seemed like a pretty decent trade off there. For example, after queen takes F3, I can even, yeah, I can actually also take that rook. That's how poorly their queen is doing. That is how poorly their queen is doing. I'll throw in this check, maybe. And I think we can come around town here a little bit. That would be mate. So maybe bishop C1, I guess. Maybe I should have just taken this rook. Check. Check. And mate. Very nice. Very nicely done. I think that was our first Chess 960 freestyle chess Fischer random game on stream ever. Is that possible? Is that possible? What's up, Kazing? Jeffrey, Matthias, how y'all doing? Alright, what do we got about this position? What do we think about this one? He's got GM in the username. 1900 rapid, actually. Seems berserkable anyway. I like this as a first... Oh, actually, let's play it with C3 to stunt this bishop. I'm actually threatening H7. I like immediately threatening things. And this, okay. He saw it. And yeah, that was a logical move anyway, of course. With their bishop, and so I actually did the same thing. Alright, my guy is really copying me. Gonna have to work something out with our other bishop. This check I feel like would be good, but bishop g7 probably gonna get played anyway. Oh no, okay. Do I like this? No, I think I like this trade. It ruins castling. And castling is maybe advantageous because it actually swaps your king and rook positioning. Although king takes g7, yeah, not a bad move. Okay, let's play knight d3 now. That would be nice, but I think bishop f7 is getting played anyway. Let's bring out our other knight. Maybe we can look at it with both knights. I guess they could cover that square twice. But this is still a good move nonetheless. They should play queen c8 or bishop f7. Do I want e4? Maybe. What I really want is h4, h5 more than anything. They have queen h3 coming. So let's play this move anyway, because check now it does nothing. Oh! That made a lot of sense because the knight was annoying, but it blocked their queen's defense. So they were playing very solidly. I mean, it's really just an exchange. It's really just an exchange. Or I would be a dick about it. I would hang out here for a while because the rook couldn't move until they did that. And then I'd play for h5 and such. Okay. All right. I think we're pretty good at this. Yeah, I'm going to try to invent some 960 gambits on the fly for sure. I'm going to try to for sure. What's up with Flying Piano? Alright, what do we got in this position? Okay, my opponent here is 2287 blitz. So maybe we shouldn't berserk this one. But I have this interesting move f5. Is queen takes a2 effective right now? It's hard to evaluate. Let's try this weird move f5. Let's try a weird move. f5. Is this a trade they want to make? Because if they just guard this pawn like a normal person, then okay. They're willing to make this trade. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to evaluate that at all. Well, this pawn, my pawn's not attacked because my queen is here. How can I give my queen some help? Well, I don't want b3. I need this kind of in the game. e6 doesn't... This pawn is annoying. I like e6, although it is pinned. Alright, you know what? We'll figure this out. Let's play your e6, because I want my bishop out, and then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to castle. Okay, so they're trying for this, of course. I like this move, bishop e7, because rook a3 was obviously their idea, and I took it away. So it was good I got this out. And now I can even castle here, which would just bring my rook right there. Okay, they're interested in opening this. This is an interesting 960 game. I think maybe they blundered bishop c5. Did they rook a3? And then I just take it. Yeah, they blundered bishop c5. I think they needed to open this up, but they couldn't because b3 and I had this. So, okay, now they're playing like h3 and such. But, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to castle with my king here. Yeah, I don't think I want to put my king over there. Gotta watch a7 again. But my queen is doing a good job. Alright, now they stepped off. Now I need to take this rook. And I think my rooks are looking good. So this is pinned, which is kind of annoying. Takes, doesn't help me. Let's play king b8 here. d5 is interesting. But I want to play king b8 so that I can play b6, right? But they're going to play bishop f3. So let's think about this. They're going to play bishop f3. If I play d5 right now... Yeah, I mean, at some moment I'll need to do this. So... Okay, well, actually I have an idea. If you play bishop f3, what I want to do is bring a knight to h4. In that case... Alright, so I want b6 here and freeing my bishop. Ah, so they didn't even challenge me there. b6, I guess they'll just play bishop f3 immediately. And then we'll make that trade. Okay. Alright, let's make this trade. We'll keep this in mind. I want knight g6. I need to use some other pieces. Knight takes here, knight g6. I want to try to take this pawn. Could play here with knight e6 as well. Maybe knight e6 makes more sense. Knight e6, knight g7. Then we trade. Because if I go here directly, it takes... Let's say knight f4. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. So, okay, let's go with knight e6. Okay, new idea. We're going to play with g6. So if they take here, then we're going to trade, and then knight g6 with tempo on this bishop on h8. It's a little weird. Kind of not what I was imagining when I took here. But I didn't want to just lose this pawn and then give them this. So I kind of regret this decision, because the whole point of it was for me to play knight g6, but I didn't really like that move after they took this pawn. And then I didn't really have an opportunity to take this, because my rook and knight would get hit. I really actually expected bishop f3 on king b8, so I was surprised not to see it. But I think it was interesting how they played it. So now g6. I just need to, not give them this. If they take h8, I take f5. Knight f5, knight g6. Then that's effective. Then the bishop is hit, and then I'll take f4. And I'll have rook e1 as a resource. So yeah, they had to come back. I don't want to lose this in any case, but I think we're fine now. After, say, knight e6, take. Well, I think they want to follow that with f5. So let's just play knight f7. Let's get this off of a really poor square. Bishop e2, they're preparing rook a1, so we need to get out of here. Or just head in exchange at this point. Just kind of a normal position. Let's play like queen a5. Queen going maybe here. I do want b6. It's just bishop f3 is an annoying counter. What I need is to just break through in the middle. That's what we need. I mean, I think the position is quite good. Up in exchange. Yeah, b6, bishop f3. I just feel like it invites more problems. What I guess I need to be wary of is some knight move and then bishop d4. But I have knight e6 next anyway. I just had a hard time getting my knights into the game. Just had a little hard time there. Otherwise, it's fine. It's interesting. I guess they wanted bishop a3? I don't really know. They're not going to run me out of squares. As long as I don't put my pawn here. Just yet. But knight e6 trade. It's hard to recommend something. Queen b6, as much as I don't like that. Actually, let's go to a5 even, because this is pinned. You can only go back to b2. As long as this isn't check. Begs the question, should I even play pawn takes e6? Is this file more important? I just didn't want to put my queen there because of my bishop. Okay. I guess now I have to. Well, your bishop on b2 is bad. Well, you played c3. This is kind of oh, am I running out of squares? Find some squares for your queen, William. Bishop a3, b... I should take this, shouldn't I? Let's get out of here. What if bishop a3 last turn? I had knight f4, I think. And then creating just that square next. Not as obvious. Yeah, my opponent's 2200 blitz, but now with rook a5, the downside is that is exactly what the arrow indicated. So let's just try to free our pieces a little bit while watching out for that. Watching out for that. Which we did, and now our position is looking peachy. Let's play d5 even. Just 37 seconds, but I think we're just totally fine. That's really unpleasant for you. It's good in there. Yeah, it would have been nice to like crack this open a little bit more for the rooks, but you know, we got to take what's available to you. Queen a6, not allowing that. Of course, that was their idea. Now they want bishop a6. I think I could just slide out the way. I have queen b4 as well, which seems good and annoying. Ah, really? I didn't realize that they could just do this and ignore me. Knight d2, that could be mate if you go there. Yeah, it's mates. Could they have hung on with king c2? I don't know what was happening here. King c2, I was going to go check. And then check, and then I think I checkmate you first. Yeah, I'm winning here. Okay, I was winning the whole way. This is actually very well played. Interesting game. Interesting game. There was one big mistake. We both missed take, and... Oh, and then my queen's trapped in this line. You just need the bishop out the way and rook a1. Of course, of course. Okay, we both missed that. GG. GG. That was a very good opponent in a Chess 960 game. What's up, Jake Kowalski? Alright, let's have a look at this position. My opponent is 2200 rapid. Let's have a look here. What do we got? I think we're just going to start off with some g3. I kind of want to take a little bit with d4. Alright, let's play d4. g3 I can play any moment because my rook guards my bishop, so it's not like they can stop me. I was even considering just d5. But let's play here just the normal e3. Protecting this pawn and trying to play against this bishop. So they're bringing their queen out that way. Yeah, I also need to bring my queen out in some direction. Don't want her just chilling there. Yeah, I think this makes actually a lot of sense. I think this makes a lot of sense. It attacks e7. It's kind of a vulnerable point. Maybe I'll go queen 8. Yeah. Let's just play g3. It's useful regardless right now. For you. Uh-huh. Let's play d5. I'm not interested in this trade. Maybe I'll play bishop c3. Yeah, let's play bishop c3 ourselves. Okay. Now I feel like if I trade off that bishop... Oh yeah, they really weren't interested in that. Okay, I'm happy to take more space, if you insist. Play your b3. I don't know, let's just clear this for now. That knight's gonna have to go there. Because I imagine this knight's coming here, right? So, this isn't gonna be available to you. I'm just gonna play f4. I can do that in a moment. Let's first play... Well, I can also play this, forcing b6. I just don't know where your king's gonna go. First play b6. Alright, let's just play e4 and 83. Let's keep developing our pieces. There, trying to come in here. I think... Well, I want to just have... I think it's fine, honestly. Like, I'll just play rook f1 and then bishop f3 next turn. I could play bishop f3 right now, but I don't think you can do much to me here. You can do it. Rook f1. Yeah, they weren't interested. f4 now, knight g4. I can also take this knight. G4 and knight ec4. It's kind of an interesting continuation. Oh, whoa. Wait, so takes, castles, takes e5, then I can grab a5. That could be a solid continuation. Interesting also is just knight d1, or just anything, like bishop d4, just something that defends this. I can do something weird like c5. Castles, queen e3, take. Alright, let's just castle. So now they take here, I take here, and then I want to grab a5. So I feel like it's interesting. I mean, even material, but I think their pawn was kind of important. Yeah, they're going to try to arrange a long castle, but not on my watch. Let's bring this rook to f1. Actually, first, I want to untangle this. I need you in the game, don't I? c4. They're trying to win this pawn. b6. b6 is kind of annoying. Bishop b4. Queen a4. Queen a4, that would be nasty, actually. They play with b5. So if I take, bishop takes. What is happening there? Take, bishop takes. Man, am I dropping a piece? Do I have to do this? That's ugly. Damn, I might be dropping a piece here. Just rook a8, or, it's fine. I'll just do that, right? Not what I wanted, though. Might be a little better. Should probably get the queens off. Interesting. Yeah, the bishop on c4 is going to be a nuisance. Maybe I can get here. I don't have rook f1. This. There we go. That was actually very good. That's actually certainly progress. Let's try and trap this rook. Just took away the f8 square. And then I can play rook b1. We are making progress here. Knight f6. Bishop e6, 84. An 84 is like mate. How's an 84 like checkmate? That's crazy. What? I was almost gonna get mated. Okay. We gotta pin that knight. That knight is dangerous. Oh, what? The rook was hanging. They just went to f8? Oh my goodness. Okay. I need to get here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Alright, now I need to take the knight because I didn't do that. My bishops could have been better. Just a lot of the clock there. Okay, trade and go. Just go. I have here now. Go. Okay, 3, go. But the king is close. It's not so simple. Go. Oh, that works out very poorly. Ah,
0.
They got me. They got me. They got me. What's up, LaFour? Alright, alright. Next game. What do we want here? I think just d4, e3 seems like the way to get your pieces out. e3 plays against their queen pretty effectively. And then from there, I need a way to get my own queen out. But I was just imagining g6. I just wanted a solid dark square setup against what I imagine was a battery there. So they play your e6. Probably preparing some d5. Like, should I just take the whole center? How am I guarding this then? Better here, I think, is like playing it a little Queen's Gambit-y with c4 before I put a knight on c3. Because I certainly need to put a knight on c3, and I want that pawn playing. So a little Queen's Gambit-y. Okay, well, you're really telling me your plan here. What if I just put a pawn there? What if I... Isn't that annoying for you? Wouldn't that be annoying for you? We can try it. Okay, seems interesting. I don't know. Seems interesting. I don't think it was accurate, but certainly they needed that to develop, and now they don't have it. And now I have different ways to attack this. For instance, g3. That makes the most sense here, because we want our queen playing. Now both our kings are really open, so this will be interesting. This will be interesting. So, okay, I can't actually make a threat with that right now. How to bring out our other pieces here. I don't know. Maybe we gambit this pawn. Chat, are we playing a gambit? Take my pawn. Chat, do we have a gambit? What's up, Fuffy? Fuffy AM. The sub on YouTube. Appreciate it. Okay, I think we've officially got a gambit on the board. Let's get those gambit glasses out. We got a I bishop h6. I think we're generally good. I think we're generally good against that stuff because we've got f4. And let's try to use these files then. What compensation do we have? We have a little bit of a development advantage. We've got a little bit of a development advantage. But gambit glasses on in chess 960. This is awesome. Where's the glasses? We're trying out some new Gambit glasses. Trying out some new Gambit glasses. I've got a few different ones on rotation. But we'll go back to the other ones. To the OG Gambit glasses. Alright, check 4. Could have played an e3 and offered an additional pawn, but I don't think that had a lot of merit. Queen c5, let's go knight d2. Let's keep this development going. Now we can bring this knight to e4. I think the dark squares are a little weak. What I also want to do is castle. How are we castling? Either I need to go there with my king and rook, or just here with my king and rook, right? Alright, let's play knight e4 now, because my knight's still covering this. So you need to keep my knight out of d6, maybe even out of f6. Maybe even out of f6. So perhaps queen e7. But after that, then I play knight e3. And I look for knight d5. What's my opponent? So my opponent is 2,000, over 2,000 blitz on Lichess. Alright, but now we can castle. We can bring this rook into the game in awesome fashion. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Look at these knights, though. So bishop f6 is a good move, but it gives that square. Knight d5 forces the queen to one of these squares. They're running out of squares. Look at these knights. They're controlling every single square this queen can go to. You gotta go there. That's not fun for you. I could go knight f6, but I don't want to trade my knight for a lousy rook. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to castle here. We are going to castle... Wait, how's this going to end up? Okay, good. That's how I thought it was going to end up. I want a knight right in there. So, with our rook's help... Oh, you're castling too? Oh, you're cool. Alright, let's go... knight d6, you can take... Well, I have knight b6 check, right? But knight d6, you can run away. So I need help of some other friends. I can win this rook, which, you know, has to be good. I can also win that rook, which also has to be good. But somehow it's leaving me wanting more. It's leaving me wanting more. I don't want just the rook. Okay, let's start out, though, with bishop f6. This feels like a good idea. I say that, but I don't really believe it. Okay, it is a good idea. I think bishop g7, because what I want is the c line controlled so that I can use the e7. But if you don't do anything, I'm going to play bishop b5, I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to come in knight e7. Yeah, knight d6 it looked nice, but I think there was just this. Bishop g7, I guess I need to take here. Yeah, I guess I do need to take. Well, bishop e7 takes, knight d6. It's like almost a smothered mate. Oh, it's actually really close. Wait, this is actually going to be really fun. This is going to be sick. Because what I want to do is open my queen onto here, right? So bishop e7. Wait. Now check. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. I just need to take this knight to take away knight c6 as a resource. Oh my goodness. What a checkmate. That was so cool. That was so cool. Wait, how do you even guard checkmate, though? How do you even guard? Obviously, they didn't see it, but, like, even if they did, I guess knight c5? But I can get rid of that knight. Wait, this game was awesome. This game was awesome. Gambit glasses on. Gambit glasses on in chess 960, my friends. In the 960 arena. So, okay, by the way, d5 was a fun move. D5 was a fun move. I mean, obviously, kind of just doing anything was fine and even preferable. But we play here d5, just kind of jamming in their idea. So they take it, take, g3, d4, which was a good move. The pawn is actually kind of annoying. I could spend some effort trying to take it, but it's actually might be a lot of effort to try to take this pawn. So yeah, e3, best move. Just gambit the pawn. Just gambit the pawn, baby. And now when they took it like this, they got their queen out in the game. So, you know, we could attack it a great deal. We brought our pieces out, knight e4. Probably better, yeah, probably you should take away knight e4, because my knights just became total monsters, right? They look like such dead pieces, but they just became total monsters because we took such weird pawns. And look at them just crisscrossing your face, like knight e4, with this knight guarding e3, right? Very importantly. So we drive them back to e7, and now here comes knight e3 and knight d5, and now you've got to go all the way back to f8. We long castle here. Look at that move. Long castle. Look at that. One more time. Boom. Okay, one more time. Boom. Alright, so now they long castle too. Look at that. Boom, boom. Anyway, bishop f6. Bishop f6, and I didn't even realize my plan, but this was the best move. It was the best move, not taking the rook at all, but bishop e7, they take my bishop. I'm trying to trap their queen, right? We've driven them all the way back. We're still down a pawn, but we got so much compensation. Check. Here, take the knight, which we had to do. We couldn't go anywhere, because or else the knight comes back to c6, which was annoying. And now if you go something like knight c5, okay, I mean, b4 is playable. I was thinking about that. b4 is totally playable. You take here, I take here. How do you stop me? How do you stop? You have to give your queen. It's the only move. Your pieces are so bad. Yeah, I mean, you just need 2 moves to maybe get my king, so you gotta be careful about playing a move like b4. But you don't have 2 moves. You only have the 1, because my queen on h1, out of nowhere, they totally forgot about that. That was sick. That was sick. Thank you, guys. Thank you, chat. Okay, next opponent. Wow, they're all question. Wow, wait, look at this. They've only played 960. They don't have rating. They've played 25,000 960 games, but no other games of chess. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, that's crazy. Look at this. 24,575 games. Never played normal chess once. I mean, that has to be like your 960 burner account, right? Now I'm a little intimidated. Really going up against a pro. Alright, let's play with like e5. I don't know, let's just strike. I want to open up the game. Make it as little 960-esque as possible. Okay, d5, interesting. Alright, but now I can maybe play this with d6. Let me get my bishop out that way, probably. I think my bishop should be good here. I think we should be good over there. Maybe a5? I'll just play a6. Bishop on e7 should be fine. And I want to play for f5. So they played e4. They shut me down on f5. Yeah, and they're really controlling this, which is smart and annoying. Oh, what to do. I mean, I want to play for this move. F5, take. Is there anything to be said for giving that pawn? Not really. So then how to make this happen? I mean, I would ordinarily say by putting a rook or queen on f8, but that's not available to me. Somehow everybody's blocking each other. Bishop takes f5, take. Queen f6. There's nothing to be said for giving that pawn. Alright, I mean, I need to move my pieces. Now maybe f2's hanging. Let's just play a move. Castles, always fun. Always fun. Yeah, we need this. Play h5. Okay. It's time. Take. I will win f2 on the other end, and we'll attain some freedom. That's why my rook is on the other side here. And theirs is not yet. I could take e3 if I wanted, but I think this is fun. I want to grab f2. honestly. So that I can't blunder. Let's bring our queen to f6. G4. There's some sense there. We want g5 as well. Actually, g5 is a problem for me, is it not? Shoot. Wait, g5 is definitely a problem. Blech. I have to give this. G5 was very annoying with 87 coming and everything. So we're gonna have to give that. I think it's our only way out. Bishop 2, G5. I had to play Queen H8. Check. I didn't like it. This is okay. Not too happy about it, though, honestly. I messed this up. I missed that resource. I need to take this. Grab F2. G6. I'm just missing things, man. Did not see that. I'm not seeing this stuff. What is wrong with me today? Yuck. This was game of 960. I just never got my pieces organized the way I wanted them to. This is very bad. Very, very bad. This is extremely losing. This is so bad. Oh my goodness. What can I do? What can I even do? This sucks. Ah! This stinks. I have no moves. Okay, GG, you got me. You got me. Yikes. We're gonna have to do better than that. We are gonna have to do better than that. Yeah, those bishops were brutal. They certainly were. The 960 expert got me. Alright, we got time for a couple more games here. I had bishop d5. Where? That must be a miss. That must be a typo. Don't know. Alright, my opponent is... Oh, I already beat this person. New position. Let's see if we can't berserk a 960 berserk. Let's play b3 before they get to play g6. And let's be the one to trade to take away their castle. They move the rook. Oh, they berserked back. Fun. So now, because I moved this pawn. Yeah, trade. Got him. Ah, but they're willing to do it. Okay. And I guess maybe queen up is interesting, because my queen can't go anywhere else. And I think this move was interesting. G4, although I did want to stay maybe a little bit more protected on that side of the board. But yeah, okay, let's play G4, whatever. I'm threatening G5. So I have to guard it. Could play with H4 if I wanted to. Or F4. Maybe that's fun. guess this opening up is... What if I just push h4? What if I just, like, boom, I'm going to make this happen at all costs? What are you going to do about it? My king can be over here. Alright, f takes an h5. Have we achieved something? Maybe? Maybe? Alright, let's trade. Knight out. Wasn't my whole point that you couldn't castle there? And now I can? But now I've completely destroyed castling for both sides. So I kind of forgot my own strategy, but that's okay. H3 takes, e5. Could play with queen e5. Potentially makes a little bit more sense with our endgame advantage to press. You want me to take you? Okay, fine. I don't think there's really much difference. Okay. I don't know where you can really go. Here I have king d2, and I think you're getting trapped. Or I've... Oh, you wanted that. Okay. Take this. Ba-ding. Thank you to whoever just supported. I'll look over in a moment. Alright, we're down on the clock. Let's not lose that. Springer Knight in. I have this, but I need to create some other nuisance. H6 and H5. Attacking these guys. Oops, you missed that, didn't you? You certainly missed... Oh, now your rook is out of squares. Look at the knights taking away all these spots. Yeah, my opponent was just trying to make quick moves, but you gotta make some good moves, too. Yummy. Just won 2 pawns on a rook. Let me promote those pawns now. Let me promote them, please. Go. We're just gonna keep going. This is... Oh, these have been looking at each other. Whoops. Oh, check. And h7. Wait. Okay, backwards knight move, bro. H7, take. F4. And over G4. Nope, missed that. Over there. And oh, knight d8 check. Get rid of that knight. Make a queen. 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 Mate. Nice, GG. GG. Alright. We got one more. 960 game upcoming. What's up, Coloco, Fluffy Life, Jeffrey? My opponent here is, wow, maybe 2400 rapid? Question mark? Alright. In this 960 battle. So I am trying to open up both diagonals for my bishops. Let me start with b6. But I'm trying to maybe play c5 as well for you. So you're doing that too, but okay, c5 I understand. You want d5 maybe? Maybe I shouldn't have allowed that as a possibility. Alright, let's play something like e6, so that's not possible. Let's bring our knight out. Let's bring our knight out while we think about what to do. I mean, bring a knight there would be nice. So they actually got a nice little pretty queen's side setup. Is there some logic to, like, Grunfelding this? I mean, maybe, honestly. Like, the e6, it's not like it helps me develop a bishop. My bishops are here, so we gotta fight for our right immediately. Okay, now I like this a little bit more without d5. d5 was the problem. Now without d5 as a possibility, let's just open it up for our bishops and our rooks here. So they're setting up similar to me, of course, because this is the way to get our pieces out. Can I push d4? And pawn takes c5? Could be interesting. Could be interesting, d4. Pawn takes c5, trying to jam in that bishop. Now I got the setup that I was worried about would jam in my bishop. And this was the real goal. I just wanted both these diagonals open, and I think we have made that happen. And you did not get that diagonal open. But they could fight for some other things. We both need to figure out how we're getting our queens in the game. That's going to be important. Also, I still want to put an 8 on d2, in case I forgot to mention. Okay, they're trying to break out there, but let me throw in an a6 here, force your knight to a3. And maybe then I'll take it. Bring your knight to c2. That seems good. I have rook c4. I want to do that. You have an knight f3. So, I mean, yeah, let me just grab here, and I'm ahead 2 pawns at the moment. You can get one of them back. Yeah, that one. Let's play knight e6 or c6. Let's go e. Let's go e, because I don't want to block. Yeah, knight e4, there is still just knight f3, I guess. But we should have some good stuff here. I mean, I want to use other pieces. We're both struggling to make that happen. Knight e4, knight f3. Knight here. Take knight d2. Is it that good? Probably not. Well, okay, here's an interesting idea. Knight e4, knight f3, right? And just g5. You can have my rook. I'll even just go queen takes. Because I'm actually going to sacrifice this rook, and I'm just going to say you can't get this out. And I'm going to come in queen b2 and hit this and hit all your pieces here. You can't get this out. You can castle? You can put your king and rook right there. That's legal. But you're not going to want to do that. So go ahead, take my rook. Do it. I'll play queen takes. To castle over here, yeah, you need to get this out, but you can't. Yeah, so they have no interest. They're trying to cover d2 and hit rook d8. So g4, they have knight e5. Maybe I should throw in a knight c3 then. That seems like the most annoying thing to do. And g4 and a5. I could play this take, f6, bishop back, and like queen g5. That's also very valid. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Or unless you want knight d2. No, knight d2 is fine. So, we're just playing g4 anyway. My knight's covering this, so we're good. This, I think, was a good move. Oh, now they want it. Okay, what if I take? Alright, let's just go queen takes. Let's stick with our original plan. Alright, what a fun little exchange sacrifice. What a fun little exchange sacrifice. I love that, this actually. So knight d2. What are we doing? I have so many interesting options there. Take, queen a1. It's not going to be mate, but it was worth a shot to calculate, because they have rook d1. But they don't like it at all. They go there to try to patch up and defend. But I'm coming to get you. You're not defending anything here. I have knight c3 as one resource. I actually have a lot of fun ideas here. Let's go with have so many interesting ideas. Look at all my pieces. My pieces are cooking now. This is what I wanted. Oh, I should have gone queen b2. And then I could have taken an knight d2. Okay, but that's fine. Actually, if they played this, then it wouldn't have been checkmate. Can I play g3 though? Takes. No, I should just play knight d2 like a normal person, right? All right, fine. Yeah, let's take that. Alright, so finally they can breathe. Alas, I just play like something like bishop c7. Yeah, they just want to trade queens. I'm gonna come here. Or you know what, let me just trade. I'm just gonna get rid of that piece. And just keep you tied down on the back rank. And g3, I think, is a nasty little blow. Because take, bishop takes. I don't think you live to tell that tale. I don't want to allow king f2 and even any semblance of freedom. So if you take it, bishop takes, like, yes, your rook is out. But then after knight c2, then I play knight d4. And if that would be checkmate. So I think they're stuck. And in the meanwhile, I have a very simple idea, potentially. This is also not a bad plan. Or bishop f4 directly, even. Bishop f4 directly makes a lot of sense, but then there was king f2 last turn. That's why I played g3 now. I don't see how, I don't see how you get out of this. You're in a tough little situation here. Bishop's coming right to d2, so the queen's got traded, but the queen could have done something to me. I mean, maybe, there was just really one check. I didn't see much. Bishop d2, e4, knight d4. King e2. Let's go here to really take away e4 as an option, right? Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's crazy. I totally forgot about that move. Totally forgot about that. What rules this game has. Okay. My bishop should be on d5, taking this pawn. I mean, okay, let's trade. And bishop d5. You can have this now. Ah, yeah. That short side castles was something. h5, king g7. That's actually a really interesting idea. We trap the bishop like so. And now the only thing left on the board is what you see on the queen side. And these are just going to roll. These are going to dominate this. This is an excellent setup. a3. Do I play b? Yeah, I played b3. You don't have knight a3 there. a4 is possible. But even then, b3, knight a3, and I just go. These are very strong. So let's go with bishop b1. d4, a4. e5 was interesting last turn, actually. Let's go bishop f1. Did I miss a fork? Was there an e5 a moment ago? Also, I should have just played a3. They're kind of running out of moves.
Five, four, three.
Nice, GG. GG. Wow. Wild ride there. Wild ride. Wild ride. They defended very valiantly. Were we winning the whole way? I think so. We had one blunder. It was this move, b3. Yeah, when I hung knight e5. Otherwise, we were winning the whole way. I don't know if there was a better way to win. But this was actually very well played. I mean, we fought for the center. We played d takes c5 was a mistake owing to this resource d4 and pawn takes c5. Now already we were much, much better. Up a few pawns. And this g5 idea was actually a really nice one. It was actually a really nice one. trying to give up the rook here so that we had just overwhelming activity. My opponent fought back. You know, they played f3. They were willing to sacrifice their rook here, trade off queens, and they found this little resource here. I mean, actually, everything I did was still fine. Bishop c6, I mean, wasn't the best move in the world then. What I was doing was trying to take away e4. I thought that was how they had to bust out, and I was going to hit him with the bishop b5. But they had castles here. It didn't change the evaluation at all because it's still completely winning, even if you just commit to winning the queenside pawns, which is exactly what happened, and this was winning other than the one fork I hung here with an 85 here, which wasn't so smart. Better was just bishop f1, if you take that, then I still have two pawns that are very far apart, so you can't really catch them both here, and this is winning. Alright, GG. Fun stuff in Freestyle Chess, just 960. Subscribe. I need to sign off now, but I'll see you guys all again